Here's an interesting story for you. Just got this letter from, well, I guess I gotta back up before I even start this story. We now return to our regularly scheduled program. So not a lot of people know about this. So my ex-wife and I went through, you know, the normal, kind of what I would call the normal Mormon romance. We met up at school, we fell in love very quickly, but shortly after falling in love, getting engaged, and getting married, we ended up having some issues pretty quickly. And I would say that it was more than apparent that our marriage happened a little too quick, and there were some red flags that we should have both seen early on that would have honestly prevented us from getting married in the first place. There were some issues on her end, there were some issues on my end, and it was just not a good situation for either one of us. So after about only 6 months of being married, we got a divorce. Now, we had been good Mormon boy and girl and got married in the LDS temple, and everything went according to the plan, but our relationship hadn't developed in the right way, so we ended up going forward with this marriage that never should have really happened. So my ex-wife, after some time and after some issues that I had created in our relationship, she decided that she no longer wanted to be in a marriage with me. So when Jordan and I met up and we decided that we wanted to get married a while after all that happened, I needed to go through a certain process that allowed Jordan and I to get married in the temple. That process included having my bishop send a letter to my ex-wife, letting her know what was going on with my intentions to get married in the temple, and finding out from her if there are any reasons why I should not be able to get married in the temple. That letter and my ex-wife's letter then go to the first presidency of our church, which is the leadership of our church, and that leadership has to approve the sealing that my wife now and I have done. It didn't take very long, and we actually got that letter back from the first presidency saying that our temple marriage would be approved. This is the temple that we actually got married in. That's the Redlands, California temple. So just a couple weeks ago, actually while we were on vacation in California, I got a message from one of my old friends and a mutual friend of my ex-wife's and I, saying that my ex-wife was about to get married and she wanted to get married in the temple again. So now she has to go through that same process that Jordan and I went through to get remarried in the temple. This is a letter from her bishop to ask if I have any reason why I think that she should not be married in the temple. I think it goes without saying that Jordan and I are very happy and relieved that she's finally getting remarried, and also that it's being done in the temple. So it's interesting now for me to be on the other side of this process when someone's trying to get remarried in the temple. Not really sure how relevant or interesting this is for you guys to hear, but I thought it was kind of interesting, something that I wanted to record. If you have any questions about Mormon marriages or Mormon divorces, go ahead and ask me. I'd love to answer any questions you have. Some people are scared of asking questions. They don't want to seem offensive or intrusive. I'm very open about myself, as you can tell, and my religion and my beliefs. I'd love to answer any questions that you might have. And this should probably go without saying too, but I am a strong promoter of marriage. I think that it's a sacred union. I do believe that marriage is ordained of God. I might also add at the end of all this that if none of that stuff had happened, I wouldn't have her, and I wouldn't have her. And that would be a darn shame.
Well, duh.